to Honey and the Stitches. This is my channel. My name is Laura, and I am your honey. And the stitches are things that I make and clothes that I make, and you stitch them together, and you got something like a YouTube channel. I like to do sewing related videos, and right now I am on a vintage kick. We'll see how long it lasts. It's something I've always been interested in, but I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go for it. A few weeks, months ago, I don't really know exactly, but I wanted to tell you about how I've always liked vintage things because the clothing was usually made much more carefully, much more delicately, much more thoughtfully, and that was one of the main things I like about previous eras until about the 70s. That's kind of where I went. So, although I do like 70s clothing, aesthetic interests are different than intellectual interests. As I was saying, I am a novice, pretty much, at vintage styling and vintage collecting and even vintage sewing. I've only done a few projects from vintage patterns, to believe it or not, and it is just something that I really want to dive into because I've always wanted to, but I didn't have the time or the energy or the effort, and now I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. So, to kind of give you a kind of foundation of where I'm at, I'm going to show you my vintage clothing and accessories collection, which is small, which makes this a great video theme because it's not going to take that long. But I have a whole 5 items on my list, but I am excited to show them to you. This is strictly about vintage clothing, things that are very, very old, that have come into my hands via fate and or money. So, let's get started. This first item is a 1980s sweater that I got at an estate sale. It is knitted to be worn with a shoulder padded garment underneath, which I paired that way, and I just feel so sassy and it's so good. And yeah, it's machine washable because it's fairly new-ish compared, I mean, it's from the 80s, it's not from the 40s, but it has the same silhouette. And I pair it with this carpet bag that my mom gave me for Christmas last year. I'm sure she got it in an antique store because that's her jam, and I broke the chain, but I gotta fix that. But I still really, really like it. This next garment is a 1940s dress that was given to me by a friend, and I was gonna wear it on camera, but then I broke the armhole even more than it already is. And I would like to not fully detach it, so I'm just showing it to you like this. But she definitely needs some TLC. There used to be some sequins around the neckline, which I'm gonna have to re-embellish. And then obviously there's like weird makeup stains that are not mine for once. Yeah. Now this one is my favorite and the first vintage garment I ever bought. I got this at an antique store in Fredericksburg, and it was owned by a socialite in that area. So when she passed away, all of her things went to the local stores, I guess, and yeah, so this is that. It's heavily embellished and so far only needs a slight repair at the waistband of the skirt. And this last item you have seen before in a previous video when I bought it at my estate sale haul. I'll put that video in the description, but super excited about this. It is from 1948, and it's a bird watching hat. Alright, and that is all of my vintage clothing. I hope you enjoyed seeing my collection and that you found it aesthetically pleasing, and hopefully this was kind of encouraging because, frankly, actual vintage items and having a huge collection of actually really old things is pretty overrated. You gotta take really careful care of them and repair them, and you usually can't wash them unless, okay, the last time I got my pink vintage outfit cleaned, it costed me like 30 bucks. So just keep that in mind. And I do have to wash that black one, and I'm sure it'll be just as much. And so, yeah, keep that in mind if you wanted to have a vintage clothing collection, which I think are great. And if you can take care of it, then you know, more power to you. I'm just saying, that's not my life. I don't have time for that, or the money for that. Yeah, if you feel a little discouraged or intimidated by vintage clothing or something like that, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You're good, man. Just wear whatever you want. Wear freaking ModCloth, which is a really good store, by the way. I highly recommend. Not sponsored, because I only have like under 100 subscribers, rounding up, y'all. But yeah, so as always, thank you for watching my video. You can find me on Instagram at Honey and the Stitches. If I can put the text here, I will. If I can't, I will see you in my next video. Yeah. Okay, about scheduling. I don't have a schedule right now. It's kind of loop-de-doop-de when I get the free timesy-wimesy, and that's not really working because I haven't put out a video in like a month, and I'm like, I haven't done anything in a while, I'm sad. Anyways, I'm aiming for once a week, which is a schedule that I had previously, and Sundays are going to be my upload days. Why Sundays? Because I have Sundays off, so makes sense. This video is not being uploaded on a Sunday, as you can see, but the one after that, and for the rest of time until further notice. Why did I word it that way? Yeah, I'm gonna upload videos on Sundays. Alright, that's enough jibber jabber. I'll see you.